Hello, my diamonds. I was just looking at a TikTok here, and it was really very, very sad because loneliness is no joke. And you have a lot of people who suffer from loneliness on a regular basis. Let me share this clip with you. Here we are.
Just want to be somebody girlfriend, somebody wife, somebody something.
Nah.
Just want to be somebody girlfriend, somebody wife, somebody something.
Now, anybody who knows me, y'all know that typically I got jokes. Like I clown anything, anyone, anytime, anywhere. But I saw this video and I didn't find it funny at all. Like, she was genuinely hurt. And even if it was just in that moment, I could see and hear and feel the desperation. Like it felt like I could feel it. Like she really just, she said, I just want to be somebody something. Do you know how lonely and how desperate and how hurt and how just how bad it got to be for you to say the words, I just want to be somebody something. Like you don't feel like you're anything to anybody. Like that is hurtful, man. And when I saw that, I ain't gonna lie, I first saw the video, I teared up a little bit. I was like, damn, like that's rough. I know what it feel like to be, you know, all the way out there, doing what I want, going where I want, dealing with whoever I want to for the most part. But I also know what it feel like to be lonely. I know what it feel like to want something specifically, want someone specifically, or to, you know, when I went through divorce and stuff like that, I know what it feels like to deal with those type of situations and then be in a part of life where like just what is going on, why I feel like I can't connect with nobody the way I want to, why I feel like I'm struggling to find love and all that type of shit. So like typically I get up here and I crack a lot of jokes, but it just wasn't shit funny about that situation, man. I really hope and obviously we can look at her, people could say she's not this, she's not that, but like nobody deserves to be lonely, man. I feel like nobody, unless you're an asshole, and even if you're an asshole, like typically there's somebody for you who can navigate your assholeless ways, you know what I'm saying, for lack of a better term. But like I just hate it. It breaks my heart to see somebody really be lonely and hurt like that, and to the point where they got to get on the internet and just be like, man, I just want to be something to somebody, somebody's something. So I really hope she find love, man, for real love. Not this, oh, I'm doing it because I'm trying to get a little clout on TikTok, or I'm trying to get my name out there a little bit. Hey, look, I connected with a chick who was crying. I hope she genuinely, truly finds somebody who love her for her, who not trying to take her money, her effort, her anything, none of that type of stuff. Who just like, yo, I don't care what anybody else says, but you look like that. I love you for you. I love you because of who you are. Not for what you do for me. No, I just love for who you are as a person. So I genuinely, when I saw that, I said a quick prayer for her. I was like, God bless that woman. Like, I don't want to see anybody be down like that and feel beat up like that and feel like life is not. She said, why am I even living? Like that, you know how, oh man, I'm sorry. I hear that and I was like, oh man, bless that woman. She needs a blessing right now. She needs, even if it ain't a man, she just needs a reason to feel like I should be on this earth and I should be alive. When you say to yourself, why am I even living? You are contemplating that sometimes what's next is the final whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no coming back from what some people end up doing after they feel like that. So I just hope that she doesn't get there, and I hope a lot of people take that as a lesson too. Like, and I know people be like, oh, that just means she got to work on herself and all that. Sometimes you worked on yourself. Sometimes you're working on yourself, or sometimes you just like, you can work on yourself with other people around you, with other people in your vicinity, with the help of other people. Every battle isn't meant to be fought alone. Some are. Some battles you do have to handle for yourself and attack them yourselves and deal with them yourselves. There are some journeys you have to take alone, but a lot of this life is not meant to be alone. We are not meant to be lonely people. We're not meant to be isolated from love and from affection and from attention and stuff like that. We're not. So I saw this, and people know me. I got jokes for days. But when I saw this video, I immediately was like, I hope she finds love. I hope she finds help. I hope she finds acceptance. I hope she finds respect, and I hope she finds it obviously in the viewpoint of, you know, in the form of a man, or the form of love and a person that she wants to be with, whether it be man, woman, whatever. I hope she finds it in that, but I also hope she just finds it in life in general, and I hope that she ends up having the will to live continuously and not get to the point where she's so low where she's thinking about checking out. Because, oh man, that's rough to be.
Somebody girlfriend, somebody wife, somebody something. Just want to be somebody girlfriend, somebody wife, somebody something.
You know, that is very sad. That almost made me cry when you see someone who's chronically lonely like that, you know. And she says she wants to be somebody's wife, somebody's girlfriend, somebody's something. Everything is not about a man, first of all. I don't know what her living conditions are where she can't get a roommate, you know, somebody you could share your life with. And like this young man said, this gentleman said, women, I mean, we should all pray for her, you know, because Harry Carey is real. Very, very real. You have a lot of people who have taken their own life because the loneliness was so unbearable. Just like I recently heard it was on YouTube, where a woman, she actually was scammed for $700,000 by some dude, where she kept sending him money so she could feel like she had a boyfriend or she had a man. So every time you look up, he was always with some kind of situation and he needed money. He needed money for this. He needed money for that. He said he was incarcerated. He needed money to get out of jail for some military foolishness. But this goes to show how serious loneliness really, really is. It's no joke, you know. And this is another reason why I feel that when a man stays at home and people want to say, I don't want to be with no man who's still at home with his mama. That is the stupidest thing, one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Because the Bible says a man will leave his mother and father and joined to a wife. But what about men who haven't found a wife? Who haven't found even a fiance? Or what about men who don't want to get married? So you're telling me that he's supposed to go home each and every day to an empty house and be by himself all the time when he can stay at home and be a roommate with his mom? They're helping each other. He's also saving good, crazy money, because I know several men who they have no problem being called a mama's boy because, baby, they are making crazy money and they're taking bags of money to the bank because they are paying half the bills with their mom, their roommate. These men are buying houses, but they don't live in them. They rent those houses out and making stupid money. They're driving around with those fancy cars, you know, those ones where they either electric, you can use gas with it or whatever. They're going on the best of vacations. These are grown men who are smart. They're very wise, like King Solomon, a very wise man. Why should I have to go home every day to an empty house and end up like this woman that you see here? Maybe he don't want a wife. He don't feel like having a ball and chain. He loves his freedom. With all the money that he's saving, he's going on these fancy vacations. He may have a girlfriend, but you know how I recommend, don't have no man living in your house and don't move in his house. So he may have his girl. He's over at her house Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, early morning, he's out. He goes right back to his roommate. And that makes sense to me. So for all these women talking stupid, what else is new with a lot of these females, really? I don't want no man who's with his mama. That's the smartest thing a man can do if he's not married. And when he finds a fiance, he puts a ring on her finger, then they both could go look for a house, a condominium, or an apartment together. That way, it's in both of their names. The mortgage is in their name, the lease is in their name, both of their names. That makes sense to me. Let me look at some of the comments that people said here. Nikki says, silently, a lot of us feel like that. She was brave enough to admit it. And Emma, she said, loneliness is a silent killer. My heart goes out to this lovely lady. And Cammie says, and I don't want to see any comments about self-love either. You can love yourself and still be very lonely. Reddish, loneliness/depression will make you neglect yourself. I hope she finds love and it finds her. Kayla, I'm only 25, but I feel this pain. My parents have passed away. I have no siblings, no family, and no partner or friends to share anything with. It's very hard. Another woman says, it's a lonely, lonely world. I feel her. B, because we're all made for companionship, money, looks, travel, success can only fill so many voids. To admit loneliness in this world is vulnerable. Yeah, she's missing genuine love in general. It's not just about a romantic connection. She just needs companionship. You know, and this was very hard for so many of us to watch. Loneliness is very, very real. And for a lot of people, it's scary. You know, I'm just so grateful to Jehovah God that I'm good being alone. I have no problem flying solo. And when I do feel alone, because I think maybe 3 times out of a year, I feel lonely or I may feel bored. It's not often, but everybody is not the same. And then I also have my family, my son, and I have 3 good friends who we've been friends for over 47 years, even though they live not close to me, but we do Zoom and we do a lot of FaceTime. We actually eat together, have lunch, dinner, watch movies and everything together through Zoom. You know, so this lady, you know, keep her in your prayers because loneliness is real. And if you don't have to move out of your mother's house, I know if there's a father there, men, they have issues, you know, when it comes to you reaching adulthood, that you need to get out, whatever, child. Anyway, if you got your mom and you guys get along famously, as long as you respect her boundaries and she respects your boundaries, there shouldn't be a problem. You can have your girlfriend outside. I'm hoping you don't pick a woman who's homeless, because you could always go over to her house whenever you guys want to spend romantic time together. And then you bring your behind back home with your roomie, and then everything should run smoothly. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you have something to look forward to, you know? And then you have your Monday through Thursday of having your own space, because I'm sure your mom, she knows you're grown and you have your own life, so she's probably cool with that. Because I know if my son or my daughter ever needed to come home, they know they're more than welcome. That guest room, I use it now to rent it out or Airbnb from time to time, but they know they could move home anytime. And you know how much money they would save? Child, please. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you, and please keep her in your prayers. Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds.